Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into another soon to be great episode of Sports Extra Uncut today, the sixth episode of the 2022 spring semester here at WZIS with your host, me, Kobe Clark, and today's guest, I got Jacob Pickett. Jacob, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm great, Kobe.
That's my
Thank
bad.
you. Thank you.
It's a
nah, nah,
habit.
nah, it's all good. It's all good. Most people are in here by themselves anyway. But yeah, I'm excited because today, obviously, I'm here, so that means we're talking
Oh,
wrestling.
yeah, Jacob's back after a long spring break in
Yeah,
Florida.
yeah. I was on
Woo!
vacation and it was great. And then after my vacation's over, I not only got to watch WrestleMania, which I was like kind of excited for, but I
Yeah.
was like, it doesn't matter because I get to watch it with Kobe. I get to watch it
Yes.
with people. It's been too long since I had watched wrestling like with other people.
It has been
Uh,
a very while.
yeah, it's
Long
always
time.
more fun like that. So we were here at the station, and we had it hooked up to the TV in the
Mhm.
classroom. It was for both nights. It was a great time.
Yes.
And good lord, were all of our expectations just shot through the roof,
Mhm.
and then through another roof, and then into the stratosphere.
Yeah,
I
there
just
was a lot
we're gonna
that
we're gonna
we
try to
shot.
keep this podcast to about an hour
We'll
and a
try our
half,
best.
but we might have to speed run some stuff at the end
We
because Lord have mercy, a lot
there
of
are a little bit obviously some things precede others. So
yes.
some things will take longer, some things
Yeah.
will take
We're
shorter.
just gonna go in order
Yes.
from top to bottom
It's only
of
right.
day one, and then top to bottom of night two.
Y'all ready? Y'all
Yeah,
ready?
yeah, yeah,
Let's do this thing.
yeah.
So, for night 1 of WWE WrestleMania 38 located in good old Dallas, Texas,
Oh boy,
we
everyone's
had
favorite state.
I know. Well,
Yeah, no,
one
no.
person's. We'll get there in a little
Yeah, we'll
bit.
get there.
WrestleMania 38 had the opening match be a SmackDown Tag Team title match, pitting the SmackDown Tag Team champions, Jay and Jimmy the Usos, taking on the team of Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs.
Boogs.
Ah!
So yeah, like this made sense for an opener because Boogs' entrance with Nakamura is incredible.
Mm-hmm. They had a
Now
sponsor?
and quite possibly a lot of as both days as the weekend went on, a lot of insane and quite frankly bizarre things happened. This is still one of the most just out of nowhere things because I hadn't heard about this and
Mhm.
you hadn't heard about this at
No.
all, and you watch like or pay attention to weekly stuff more than I do.
I
At this
do.
point, so Nakamura and Boogs come out. And they are not only sponsored by Mike's Harder Lemonade, the
Yeah.
alcoholic drink, they have gear like matching colors of like Mike's Harder Lemonade,
I don't know
and
what
it's
flavor.
on their Titantrons and
It was so
everything.
cool.
It was
Seeing them
it
actually
was
match, like,
yeah. Let's think. Every tag team, if your tag team is worth anything, you gotta have matching gear. If you
mhm.
don't, then what are you doing?
What are
But
you
yeah,
doing?
Boogs and Nakamura not only matching, but matching with Mike's Harder Lemonade sponsored gear and Tron,
Um,
which is just hilarious. Like we were both completely confused, and I was like, "It's kind of
what?
it's kind of weird for a PG company to be, having people sponsored, alcohol." But whatever, it was cool. It was fun. I
Yeah.
like Mike's Harder. That's
Um,
nice.
as for the match itself, I mean, not many. It's very typical, for what the Usos
Yeah,
do.
and the thing is, I'm not sure if the match wasn't that long. It didn't really have to
It
be,
was about
but
10 minutes.
no, not even. It says here it was like barely 7.
Oh,
But I
wow.
think the reason for that is because unfortunately, in this match, at one
Yeah.
point, Rick Boogs had picked up one of the Usos, and then the other one to jump on him, and he was like gonna carry them both in like a double fireman's carry.
Sort of like
Boog-
the John Cena
yeah,
days.
and Boogs is strong as hell, so like obviously he can carry both dudes. I think he's done it before. But unfortunately, as he was holding him there, and I had happened to look away right when this happened, but you were still.
I was
Kobe.
watching.
Yeah, and he like crumpled, and like it looked like his right leg gave out.
Yeah.
And then Kobe was like, "Oh, yo," like react to it. I was like, "What?" And he was like holding his leg, and I'm like, "I don't know. He looks fine. That must have been what was planned, Like
Yeah, we
that must-
definitely thought it was part of the storyline.
yeah." Well, I was like, your reaction made me think like, "Oh, was it like did it really look that bad?" And then like the way he was like rolled away and then like tagged Nakamura,
Mhm.
it seemed fine. But yeah, then like weirdly enough, then like the Usos, I thought they were gonna do like that like one of their older finishers they did where they do like one pops up their
Yeah.
opponent and then they do like the Samoan drop. But they basically just did a 3D.
Yeah.
Which is super out of nowhere.
Shout out Bully Ray.
No, not shout out Bully. Shout out Devon.
Shout out Devon.
We like Devon here. We don't like Bully Ray.
Reverend Devon.
Hell yeah. But yeah. So then we were like, okay, that was kind of a weird finish, and I was a little surprised that the Usos retained. But
Definitely
whatever,
scratched my
that's
head.
cool. SmackDown's tag division's always great, so like, it'll be fine. And then Boogs is getting like carried out, and we're like, oh wow, they're really like selling this knee injury.
Yeah.
Then later in the show, then I'm looking at Twitter, in between matches
Yeah.
and stuff, and people are just like, "Oh, yo, that seemed legit." And I was like, "Wait, really?" Then they showed footage when they came back from commercial, and he literally is being like not gurneyed out, but carried out. By
It was
everyone. I
not.
like,
It was pretty gross.
yeah, I was like, "Wait, what?" And then later on in the show, I don't remember exactly when, they had an updates. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee gave an update.
Mhm.
On commentary before another match started.
I think he's
And
set
I
to get
don't
surgery soon.
Yeah, I don't recall what they said. Let's see if I can find it real quick. They said
Something
whatever it was.
tendon.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
really-
Yeah, I think it was some tendon, and Michael Cole had said that he would need surgery. His quad patella tendon tore. They said he would need surgery and that he would be getting it in a couple of days. So I would assume that means when surgery is involved, it usually means you're going to be out for a hot minute.
Mhm.
So that leaves Shinsuke Nakamura without a tag partner and his his sick hype man. So I guess they'll figure out something else for
How
him.
will Pat McAfee
Now-
ever live?
I know, right? How's Pat McAfee going to live without
What will he
having
do now?
Boogs playing his electric guitar and him jumping on the table and going nuts?
I just saw this and it says they called that move the 1D. So-
because
Okay.
because they started calling themselves the Ones. We the Ones.
I like
They started
that.
saying that. Yeah, I like that.
That's a cool
People are
nickname.
gonna make jokes that stands for One Direction, but whatever. It's
Oh, who
funny.
cares? Yeah, I mean, for that match itself, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily give it a rating. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I
can't think of
don't
anything.
care much for ratings, but I was like,
Yeah.
it was good. It sucks that it had to end that way.
Probably
you
not the
know?
best option for an opener, in my opinion.
I think it was, but
You think?
an
The
injury
injury derailed
happening
it.
just it threw it all off. It's really
Understandable.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
And miraculously, as far as we'll get to that later. I almost said that was seemed to be the only injury, but we're not entirely sure about that. We'll
Yeah,
get to that
we'll wait
later.
and see.
But I think we can go on to the next match.
Yeah, going on to the next match, it was good old Happy Corbin taking on Drew McIntyre. Madcap Moss there. He shouted out he did win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on Friday.
on SmackDown, which
Yep.
of course means
WrestleMania Friday.
nothing.
Yeah.
that means nothing.
The whole idea and premise of that Battle Royal was for everyone to collectively get a shot on being Mania.
Yeah, being on Mania, and they just don't do that anymore.
Yeah,
which is
so-
very strange. Oh, and also, I will say, now, despite after seeing this match, I was like, that was pretty good. That was a
Yeah.
fun time. But also, this did not need to be on the WrestleMania card. There are 2 singles titles that were not defended on
Yeah.
WrestleMania either night, and that's really dumb.
Don't
Because All these
understand.
shows are like 1,000,000 hours long, and you can't put a US and an IC title match on there.
You
You're
could
gonna
have
do it the week
put
before.
something. There was a 2-hour pre-show. You couldn't
That
throw
too.
them on
Both
there.
days had 2-hour pre-shows, and it was just people talking. It was just Caleb Braxton, the Booker T, and the usual people, and then
Jerry
some random
Lawler,
guests of like
yeah.
wrestlers that were wrestling that day. For the first day, apparently they just spent the whole time talking about day 2. Because that was the bit that we saw right before like the actual show started. I'm pretty sure they were only talking about the second day on the pre-show before the first day.
Interesting.
It really does not make any sense. There's no point in their pre-shows if they're not going to have at least
Okay.
one match. So,
All right.
yeah,
Well,
they
back
could
to-
have. They could have. Yeah, the pre-shows are just worthless now if they don't put matches on. I don't get that. But the match itself.
Yeah, the match itself, McIntyre, Corbin. I mean, both these two, I would say, pretty good chemistry.
Yeah.
Corbin, love his gimmick.
I preferred when he was, a homeless bum. That was.
It is
that was,
pretty
That was
cool.
literally must-see TV.
It's really paying off. Though.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. And this match, there's 2 main things that happen: one during and one after. During, for the first time in how long was it? 8 years.
Yes.
The End of Days was kicked out of. Baron Corbin's finisher, literally, since he started using it in, I believe, 2014.
Whenever he
When
was
he
in
debu-
NXT or
When he debuted in NXT,
Okay.
yeah.
No one's ever kicked
no
out.
one has ever kicked out of it. Not
It's
a
only been
single-
broken up.
Yeah, it's been the most that's happened is that it's been broken up, or like maybe a time limit in like a time limit match, but that doesn't happen that often. No, nobody has ever just legitimately kicked out of the move until this past Saturday, where because I said like, oh, it's over, and then he kicked out, and I was like, excuse me, I was like, I'm pretty sure no one's done that, and then me on commentary, Michael Cole's like, oh, wait a minute, Pat, oh, this is the first time
Like what?
that anyone has ever kicked out of that. Which is crazy that Baron Corbin has had one of the most protected finishers of all time.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
8 years with that one move.
8 years. No one ever kicked
Don't get me
out.
wrong, it's an effective move. It hurt me.
Yeah,
probably.
I like. I've been a Baron Corbin fan since day one. There's been some ups and downs,
Mhm.
especially at the beginning where he was just like he was cool, and then it was like, oh, he doesn't really do much. And now look great. He's like the most reliable hand in the company. You know what I mean?
He could definitely do it all.
Yeah, but then of course Drew McIntyre won. Surprisingly, then he threatened to murder. He not threatened.
Not even attempted.
No. Actually.
Oh, not. He did attempt.
He attempted to murder Macam Moss with his entrance sword and did his downward strike and cut the top 2 ropes.
Absolutely insane.
Now, if he had cut all 3 ropes, I would have lost my mind entirely.
Now people are saying it was a fake.
Oh no, it was. If you look and like someone had a picture, it like mid swing, like as it was cutting him, it's like bent, like one of those plastic swords you get at the fair. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like that's what it looked like. Which is impressive because it looks like a legitimate sword.
Yeah.
So
we don't know if it was only for that one because I think
it's
he does carry.
I think it's different than the entrance one he does because he also like sticks that into the whatever and then Pyro blows up.
Wondering what McIntyre does from here. I mean, he hasn't really gotten a shot at the world title
feud is just because this feud's like just been going on forever. Like Drew was literally hurt and the feud still went on. So it's like I don't know. Hopefully it's just over.
We'll wait and see.
Yeah, we'll wait and see because him and Bobby Lashley, like we'll get to Lashley later for day 2, but like them two were in a world title match last year, and then this year they're in basically nothing matches.
Kind of limbo-ish.
Yeah, they're just honestly.
Well, Bobby,
in limbo, but also still getting on the Mania card.
We don't know.
I guess we take those.
Hey, one-on-one singles match at Mania. What else can you ask for?
Yeah, that is true.
Now going on to the first celebrity matchup of the night, WrestleMania. Another tag team match from the SmackDown brand. This time it is Rey and Dominic Mysterio taking on America's most hated, The Miz and Logan Paul.
I will say, if they were a tag team more long term, America's Most Hated is a banger team.
Oh, absolutely.
If Miz has got I'm amazed Miz has never used that with like somebody else. That's a good one.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, there ain't no tag team anymore. They broke up.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
So in this match, Logan Paul's here for some reason. It's just no reason. He was just a celebrity get for it.
Sort of same to last year.
Yeah, but he just showed up for 4 seconds and then.
That was a good match.
Well, of course, it was Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. Yeah. They literally cannot have a bad match together. It's literally impossible. Whether they were a tag team or one-on-one.
Facts.
Yeah, literally, it's two of the best wrestlers to ever do it. But yeah, this match, it was pretty standard, honestly. Like it's fun to see Rey and Dominic. That's just cool. I mean, Rey Mysterio's still wrestling, cool.
Yeah,
it's still doing stuff he's been doing since like '97.
Rey Mysterio, man, oh man.
And then
Dominic ever beat that guy?
He's only been wrestling for a year, which is crazy.
I don't know how.
He's been wrestling for like over a year, only over a year.
He's trained though.
Well, yeah, but still, he's only a year into his career.
Yeah,
That's
you're right.
Wild. And he's just he's got perfect genes, right? I mean,
wasn't he just on NXT a few weeks ago with Escobar? He was him and Rey.
Oh yeah, they showed up for a hot second because NXT's just randomly. They're kind of doing what NXT used to do, where like main roster people just like pop in every once in a while.
Very weird.
Yeah, except now one of the main roster dudes is the NXT champion, which doesn't make any sense.
And then Dolph Ziggler, you?
And then he didn't lose the title on Saturday like I thought he would.
Mm-hmm.
I also didn't know that until like an hour ago. I literally didn't know what happened.
You thought he won or lost, or you just
I thought he lost
clue?
the title.
I hope they give him Steiner, the last name Steiner, Braun.
Yeah, now that the Steiner brothers are in the
Hall of Fame.
Are in the Hall of Fame.
Shout out. We didn't even mention them. The Hall of Fame. I mean,
we're talking about WrestleMania. That happened on Friday.
You're right.
But also,
Undertaker showed up.
But also, Big Papa pumps your hookup. Holler if you hear me. Well deserved.
Literally 3 and a third chance.
Literally waited until Triple H retired to then be like, oh, okay, I'm cool now. Went from being banned from
Yeah, I
being
know.
being allowed to enter WWE shows to being in the Hall of Fame. You love to see it. Scott Steiner is truly the GOAT.
But to the match,
Yeah. Yeah, the match was all right.
I think for celebrity guest appearances, we're
This
not talking Bad Bunny. Heck,
Yeah.
we're not talking Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
I think Logan Paul did a pretty solid job.
Yeah, say he did better than a lot of other people.
Yeah.
But I'll give him credit for that. Like he took moves. He did actual moves. Like
Yeah.
it's not like your garbage ones from like
Mhm.
the mid or like the early 2010s.
He looks like Will Ospreay.
So Will Ospreay wants to look like him, which is
Yeah.
even funnier. And
He's
they're
more
both
popular.
they're both bad. But yeah, Logan Paul, like, okay, I will give him some credit. Like, yeah, he did do more than what most people expected, and he seemed to care at least a little bit.
I think.
But I feel like a lot of people were like, a lot of people were saying like, oh, this is up there with Bad Bunny. I'm like, you gotta pump the
No,
brakes.
it's really
yeah, it's not. It's like let's chill out, especially. I'm especially surprised that people said that after day 2 with Johnny Knoxville and literally everything that happened with that. 'Cause
I don't.
that was a million
We'll get
times
there,
better.
yeah. Logan. To me, I would invite him back. I don't see a problem. Like I like his.
But also,
work.
yeah, like, let's say, and that's up in the air because, like you alluded to earlier, after the match, Miz and Logan
Yes.
won. Miz getting the pin, and then he hit Logan Paul with the skull crusher
I
finale,
love that.
and everybody started cheering. Yeah, everybody started cheering,
That little
and
look
Cody and I
over.
were like, "Yeah, face Miz. Miz is a face. Like he has to be."
No,
He's
I was doing halfway through. I'm like, wait a minute, no, I don't like Face Miz.
Yeah, then we were like, wait, no, it's
Well, we talked about it
Uh,
again. Face Miz has only happened like in 2014,
like twice.
when
Yeah,
he faced Wade Barrett for the IC title, and then like
totally forgot about
Shane
that.
McMahon, which was
That was
pretty
good.
good,
That one
but
was
it
good.
ran its course for sure.
Hell yeah.
A little too late.
Yeah, but I was say like, I would be fine if because when I was like we said, when Face Miz is good, it's good.
There's no Face Miz. I think he should.
But yeah, no,
remain
he's
a heel.
he's more than likely not because I don't see Logan like
Unless we see
sticking
like a
around.
one-on-one match. If Logan
Yeah.
Paul shows up tonight, we're seeing a one-on-one match at WrestleMania
Probably.
Backlash with the Miz.
Why aren't they on SmackDown?
No, they're on Raw. Miz is on Raw.
He is. I literally don't know what show anybody's on.
Wait,
anymore.
isn't the Mysterios on SmackDown?
Yeah. Man, what the hell?
But they've been on Raw.
Well,
Then they were on NXT.
Well, they've been
I
started.
don't know.
Well, I was like, they've been doing that lately because I'm fearing that we're gonna go back to like the Raw Super Show days, and I'm gonna hate every second of it.
We shall see.
I don't want that to happen. Anyways, on to
Banger
yes.
alert.
Oh my lord!
I think universally well known
this is,
match of the weekend.
what?
here.
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if not it is like top 3, I would say for sure.
Okay.
The best one. It was, and I still say it's the best one
Yeah.
of the nights. Of night 1 for sure.
I think top 2.
that was my.
not one.
If not for like them saying have already planning the Austin thing being the main event, this should have been the main event.
Yes, absolutely.
I said that immediately before the match started. I was like, why is this not the main event?
Well, now we know why.
Well, yeah, of
And
course.
I'm
now,
not disappointed. Really.
yeah, and I'm not either. But still,
Yeah.
Becky Lynch defending the Raw title against Bianca Belair, and good lord, this match was everything that we asked. Well, you could have asked for. between
It
these
is
two.
definitely one to not hang your head on if you're Becky Lynch. She didn't have a triple threat match in her way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she had a crowd. She did everything. She
Yes.
finally proved that she is big time.
Yeah.
Bex.
She actually. I would say she. Because now that you mentioned that, like, she's not really ever gotten that. It was usually
And now
like whenever
did.
she was in a major match at WrestleMania, it was usually
Mhm.
a multi-man of some kind. But yeah, like
The
so this,
one-on-one that we've all been wanting.
yeah, and this feud has been fantastic. Maybe
Really
not
love the
maybe
build.
not every step of the way, but for the most part.
Yes. And she
Very
returned
good.
at SummerSlam. was
Yeah,
that?
Becky. Yeah, and especially this match was so good that it almost entirely made up for the disaster that was SummerSlam, where Becky Lynch had a surprise return, and then instead of having what could have been also a banger match, she won in 40 seconds, and everyone.
But I think it was
and-
worth it.
No, because they could have had a banger match and Bianca lose and still do all this the exact same way, and it would have worked out.
But
this
would their match be similar or better?
it would have been better for sure. I
I
think
don't
so.
know.
I think
I
so.
think it
No,
would've took away the
because they would have
magic.
no, because if they had an actual match at SummerSlam, Bianca had literally just wrestled, so that they would have gone with the whole like, oh, she just wrestled, so she's not 100%,
True.
yada yada yada, and then this would have been now you're fighting each other at 100%.
Absolutely.
The whole thing. That's the only thing I would have changed. with that her returning and winning like that still leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
But this is what that should have been.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we did eventually get it. And at WrestleMania is even better.
It's about time.
And
We
yeah, Bianca
definitely needed
wins
this.
2 years in a row,
Bianca
challenging.
has proven that she's so
She
good.
she was
Probably the best women's
wrestler. She didn't really have to prove it. She's always been good.
Yeah.
But oh my god, 2 years in a row going into WrestleMania with a one-on-one match for the title, not as a challenger and winning. I don't know how
Is
often that's
Bianca
happened.
the best women's wrestler on the planet today?
She's definitely up there.
Yeah.
At the very least in like North America. She
North America,
absolutely-
yes.
absolutely is.
I think she
'Cause I won't go on my
in the
spiel-
American
I was gonna say like I won't go on my spiel
promotions.
about Japanese wrestlers right now because I will go on and on.
Yeah.
But yeah, this
I
match
also don't probably know any.
exactly. I was say this match was absolute banger.
Mark.
Like Kobe said, loved every single second of it.
Absolutely.
That finish was mwah. That
Mhm.
KOD is the best one she's ever hit. She put some stank on it. It was.
I
it
wanted to
was
see
super
some
rad.
more.
And what's even crazier is that even like towards the end of the match, Becky Lynch, she decided. The only thing I've ever seen her do from the top rope, I think, was a leg drop, and she did that in this match.
Oh my god.
Which was a rope hug one. Yeah, she did a moonsault, and I don't think she'll ever do a moonsault again.
Not
Because
if anyone is allowing it.
that was like. It looked racy halfway through, but she did like turn all the way over and get there. But man, it was rough looking.
It was a
And
little weird.
somebody had said that it was just like back in 2003 when CM Punk would hit like
Oh yeah,
he would hit like garbage looking moonsaults. Like
Mhm.
he would never hurt himself or his opponent, but it would look awful.
It
And
just
it
would
was
look
it-
janky.
yes,
It would-
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's what Becky's looked like exactly.
It's just like
and then
ugh.
I don't know.
There's no flow.
Yeah, and I mean
It
that
doesn't look
that
good.
takes practice, but that's the first time I think she's ever done that on like a televised match of any kind. I have never seen that.
I've never seen Becky Lynch hit a moonsault.
Yeah,
Um,
never seen attempted. And then, if that wasn't enough, she also, for a second, I thought she was going for a Dragon Rana, and I was about to lose my mind. And I'm still 48 hours later, not entirely sure what she was going for. I guess it was basically a Molly go round.
I think it was.
What's like you just do a front flip and like into a senton on him, like what Molly Holly would do.
Something like
But
that.
she did that, and I don't know if like Bianca stood a little too far away, or if Becky just didn't jump as far. As
I don't
she was
think
trying
Becky
to.
got up in the air
I don't-
high enough.
I
or
think that.
bounced
Oh
up.
yes, I think that's part of it.
Because if you
That's
were to
big
watch the
part of it.
replay of her trying to jump, she doesn't get high up. No, we're not talking Montez Ford.
Right,
by
of
any
course,
means.
like yeah, but like
But
she did not
jeez.
have as high of hops as probably like she was wanting. Because she hits Bianca with it kind of awkwardly, but her boot goes just square in the face, and Bianca then wrestled the rest of that match basically with one eye. Because at the time, like in the match and like after it when she was celebrating, I didn't really notice it. But then the backstage interview they posted on social media, it was like, oh lord, yeah, her eye is swollen.
Yeah,
Like,
it
was-
is pretty bad.
It was a little rough looking. Like
And
not.
It looks
anything
better
crazy.
today, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't like too bad of one because I thought it hit her in the nose, and I was like, wow, her nose isn't bleeding. She's tough as hell. That's
I
crazy.
know. I guess now we'll find out.
Because
what
if it was very slightly to the right, that would have hit her right in the bridge of her nose. She would have been gushing. That would have been bad. But it would have been cool because blood in wrestling is cool.
Of course. Hey, shout out AJ.
yeah. But I'll say we'll get to that. And now probably Kobe's
So-
favorite parts of
This
the
is
night.
my favorite.
And this was the most insane thing. That's one of the most, the first of like the most
Yeah.
insane things of the weekend.
Let me put this in memory. Let me just set the scenery. You know, Seth Rollins, who deserves all the credit in the world to building this up.
One of the best to do.
Him and
everything.
Kevin really did a phenomenal job
Yes.
without their people being there.
Yeah.
And he's just ready in the ring. All these lights, boom, go out. Everyone's wondering, who is it? We hear some chants, who could it be? You know, then we just hear those nice words. Wrestling has, and then you lose
Yeah,
the rest.
that was my reaction.
That's it.
I heard wrestling has, and I just started screaming, and I was just running around the room. And then
Obviously.
you were like, "Wait!" and you didn't have to see it to believe it. And then like the song actually kicks
'Cause I
in.
couldn't hear it.
Okay.
It was so
Yeah.
like, I don't know what it was.
Yeah, and
For
so
the voice he's using,
right,
it
yeah,
wasn't
and it's
that
in a big
loud.
arena, the
Yeah.
echoey, yeah.
wrestling has more than one wrestling
Royal family,
Royal
yeah.
family, excuse me.
Oh
And
my
then I
god,
see-
adrenaline in my soul. Oh my god, it's Cody Rhodes.
Yes, we
Cody
see
Rhodes
Cody
is
Rhodes
actually-
show up.
And he once again, at least for now, retaining his gimmick from AEW where he would always come out of the center.
Yeah.
Never the heel side, never never the face side. Always in
You
the
gotta
middle.
love Cody Rhodes.
Every single
He'll
time.
never give you what you want.
It is so funny. Completing the ultimate heel turn of telling AEW that he won't turn heel even though they want him to,
What side?
and
is
then
the heel
signing to WWE again.
Is face and heel? Which side is it for AEW? Is the face on the right or is it on the left? I think I think face on the right, heel on the left.
I think that's correct.
Yeah.
That sounds.
If you're
right,
looking at the TV.
Yeah, that sounds right. Which is funny because that's what TNA used to do when they had the tunnels, and it's a funny thing that AEW brought back because like you don't think about it
because they used to have it on this side.
Yeah, exactly.
And they came together.
Super cool. But yeah, Cody Rhodes actually.
Yes.
Cody Rhodes pranked millions of people, or maybe at least thousands of people, into watching Monday Night Raw for like 2 months straight. Thinking
Absolutely
he would be there.
hate him for that.
Yeah, everybody.
He really did make me watch, and I feel
duped and betrayed. But then he actually showed up at WrestleMania, and it was cool.
I'd only tune in for like the last 15 minutes. Now I am a weekly watcher, not watcher, but more check up on what's going on.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna watch that 3 hour.
Yeah, Raw sucks most of the time.
I don't have. We also don't have time. I am 20 years old in college.
Yeah,
I don't have time.
I was saying, the only time I watched throughout college, the only time I watched Raw was like more so freshman year because I had more time. Or here with former Shut-ins host Chris Lopez. Shout out to him.
Shout out Chris
we
Lopez.
would watch wrestling all the time here at the station, which is why I'm glad I've been able to do this. I've only been able to do it twice this year.
Maybe we can get a special guest before Jacob leaves and get Chris Lopez on here.
Oh, that'd be great to talk about some
That'd
wrestling.
be really cool.
You'd love to see it. But yeah, this match, Seth and Cody, fantastic. Seth said, "Welcome to the big leagues, kid." In the
Absolutely
middle of the match.
love that
That
part.
was hilarious. Cody did the Stardust cartwheel and eye thing. That was that was hilarious.
Oh wait.
And then hold on.
Nope.
Oh no, that's me. Oh, hold on. I'll
You
do
do
it.
it. Okay. Now my turn.
Oh my god. So that was great. We got the immediate Stardust joke, and then Cody started continuing what he did in AEW. He would always tease hitting a pedigree because of his long-standing bit in AEW where he just hates Triple H.
He just absolutely
hated
brings the
Triple
hammer
H.
and crushes the
Yeah,
chair.
But then so he was teasing that, and people were like, "No way!" And then Seth was like trying to go for the pedigree, which I still hate that he does that because his whole
I really wish he doesn't.
Exactly, because his whole thing when he feuded with Triple H is that I'm gonna keep using the pedigree until I beat Triple H with it, then I'll stop using it. And then he did, but now he just randomly pulls it out in big matches for no reason.
I think it's more because he's a heel. I don't think he ever did as a face, did he?
Nah, I think he did.
When he was the UV champion?
Yeah, I think he did sometimes. Maybe not as often, but him. That's a fair point. Him doing it as a heel does make more sense. Because it's a callback to him being a heel before him when he used all the time.
Going on for the match though, from the bell, man, you could just tell
they put on
It was an absolute.
They
banger.
delivered for Seth Rollins building an entire feud by himself for like 2 months.
We're going to WrestleMania.
Yeah, him jumping on Vince's desk and dancing was hilarious. This dude is a riot. I love Seth Rollins.
It was
he's at his
a
most
charm.
absurd.
I love now Seth Rollins. I'd say, in my opinion, currently my favorite WWE superstar.
That's absolutely a fair statement. Fair choice.
Now, see, this is the thing between you and me. I watch the show not only as like a reviewer, I guess, because I want things to happen. I also still watch it as a fan.
Well, yeah, of course.
So like, I don't just want things to happen. I still watch for the story.
Well, yeah, no,
and try and understand it from that perspective.
Yeah, and I do it too. Like, yeah, I make jokes about mercs all the time,
exactly.
but like it's all just
Shut
messing
up, Merc!
around. Yeah, it's all just it's messing around, and like I know that like the stuff about wrestling, but like it is fun just to like sit there and watch and just accept it as as what it's presented as, not look too deep into it. But yeah,
I
like
hope to see this match. Honestly, I wouldn't be tired of it. Maybe they do it again.
Yeah, I was saying I am curious what Cody's first actual program is.
I think
we'll find out.
I think
tonight.
it's still gonna be Seth. I'm not gonna lie.
You think so?
I think it's more gonna be the fact that Seth was like, I didn't know. You.
Yeah,
and he's gonna make fun of his family.
You didn't even work here.
Last time I beat you, you were a star. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever. I don't know if they. Yeah,
I want a rematch. I wasn't prepared.
Yeah, that whole thing. Yeah, I can see them doing that, especially with WrestleMania Backlash. I hate that they call it that.
Me too.
But that WrestleMania Backlash seems to be like with that name, half the gimmicks is that we'll just have rematches from WrestleMania, which is whatever, I guess. But I can see that happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, also Cody then got hit with a pedigree and kicked out of it. One last middle finger to Triple H before later in an interview he said that Triple H is his favorite wrestler, which is absolutely a lie, and I love it. Absolutely a lie.
He's been saying it's time to play the game. At the end of every interview I've seen him do for WWE.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he's been saying, I'm just excited. I can't wait for Monday. Time to play the
Dude,
let's play the game.
I will also remind everyone that a few months ago, Bryan Danielson in an interview had said, Cody taught me a lot about how to lie, and now I'm just lying all the time. Remember that. Cody, fantastic liar. He's just good at it. So.
Dude, picture this. Cody Rhodes starts out on Raw. 10 minutes in, we're cheering him. Like, either we're booing him like a lot of people should.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's gonna get cheered when he like his music hits and comes out, and then as soon as he starts talking to him, like, he will go back to being booed constantly. I think it was an AEW, and it's gonna be so funny, and I'm looking so forward to it. Because booing Cody when he's like, I love you guys, and the crowd's just like, we hate you. Shut up, Cody.
Shut up.
Oh, dude, that was my favorite. That was one of my favorite things watching AEW every week, because Cody would always be out there. He would have his long ass entrance, and then everybody would boo him no matter what he did. It was hilarious, and I'm very excited for that to happen.
But like, picture him there, and then Triple H's music.
No, he retired. He put his boots in the ring.
Doesn't matter. We can still see them.
Okay,
together.
I understand. Yeah, okay, maybe they don't wrestle, but that would be funny if they did that. And I understand wrestling retirements don't ever mean anything, because almost every wrestler is retired and then immediately started wrestling. Or
never say never. Undertaker.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, like, they almost no wrestling retirement actually, like, lasts forever. I saw an indie show that was supposed to be Matt Tremont's last GCW death match. He is already back again. That was like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago now. And he has been back to wrestling all over the place and a GCW death matches for like a year now. So like, that's just how wrestling works. Terry Funk retired like 45 times. Like that's not even that much of an exaggeration.
The only hope I had for that one statement to be actually true was Shawn Michaels, and then we got the disappointment of.
Yeah, then we got the yikes. One of the
Who the
yikes.
heck decided?
That was awful. Yeah, no, I don't even want to talk about it. So, anyways, the co-main
Let's
event.
go to the next match.
The co-main event. Well, the match that we didn't think was going to be the co-main event that ended up being the co-main event was the SmackDown Women's Title match. Charlotte Flair defending against Ronda Rousey. This match was, It's all right,
It's there's really nothing that good from this match.
This match had little to no build, and what little there was horrendous. No one cared. Most of the time, it seemed like since Ronda returned to the Rumble, that Charlotte didn't even care. With promo segments and whatnot, it's like altercations in the ring. It just looked like she didn't care. I can't really say I blame her.
Yeah.
And then this match was whatever. They've had matches before. It was really par for the course. And then the finish was just so weird and dumb. Because, like, the ref gets hit, and then I don't even remember what happened. Oh, yeah, the ref gets hit, and I think Charlotte taps out. But since the ref's down, it doesn't see it. So Ronda lets go, and it's like, oh, what the hell, ref? And then she gets hit with a big boot, and then suddenly the ref is totally fine and just counts it.
Like, what? It's Charles Robinson. It's Little Nate. It's all a conspiracy theory.
It literally, like, I've seen a million ref spots in my time, and that one was literally pointless. All you could have literally done the same thing if like somebody like ran down and distracted the ref. It would have been the exact same finish. And then she won with a big boot, which she wins with like once a year.
Yeah.
And it was at WrestleMania. Like
what?
Like it was just
that
it
ended?
was just
It's over?
Yeah,
Yay!
they did this match. I mean, overall they did this match dirty. The build wasn't good. There barely was any. So there wasn't anything to deliver on. So we really just got what we expected. And that was whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
and Charlotte retained. I think a lot of people didn't think that was going to happen.
I didn't expect it.
I wanted that to happen personally, but
I didn't really.
Again, the match. I really.
I think it would have been cool if Rousey.
Either way, I didn't really care.
This year I think it's like, I think it happened last year. Nope, that's a lie because Bianca won.
No, that was 2 years ago. Then I told you I would think it would be funny if we just had this thing where it would just be like a biannual thing. Every 2 years, Ronda returns sometime in January, has a feud till WrestleMania, loses the WrestleMania match, or like has a WrestleMania match and then disappears again. Because that's what happened almost every single time now.
I don't know.
It's very fun.
Yeah, I mean, this year's both Rumble winners didn't win at Mania.
And they were
So
awful, unnecessary Rumble winners. I'm still mad about it. I
You
forgot. I
think?
literally, true story. When watching the show, Kobe and I started having the same conversation, and I had literally erased Royal Rumble of this year from my mind with how awful it was.
Mhm.
It was so bad, I actually genuinely forgot all about it.
You cannot.
And I got
tell
mad
me.
about it on Saturday.
You cannot tell me that once, if you
Ugh.
did watch the Rumble, you
Ugh.
cannot tell me that if you saw Lesnar lose that match, there's no doubt in your head that you immediately were like, "Oh, great! Now he's going to enter the Rumble and win."
No,
and that's
'cause
exactly
not,
what
'cause
happened.
That's not supposed to happen.
It should.
Anyways, so that we did not know that was going to be the co-main event because we knew
No
that
one
one
expected that.
because one match was left,
We'll get
and that was the
yeah.
New Day fighting Sheamus and Rich Holland with Butch in their corner.
Yeah, he done.
It's beat done.
We'll get there.
That match did not occur. Everybody was like, "Wait, what is it? Did he?" I guess there was rumors like on Twitter or whatever that it was because nothing had been said officially.
Yeah.
Nothing was said officially at all. Actually,
No, not a thing. For
they were
some
just
reason.
like, yeah. Well, that's not surprising. They never talk about a match getting cut. But yeah, then all of a sudden, like, there was like rumors going around. They're like, "Oh wait, really?" Because like I guess people like at the show were saying like, "Oh, it looks like they're setting up for the Kevin Owens show." They're like, "Wait, but the tag match hasn't happened yet." Lo and behold, Sheamus then tweets the scissors emoji.
Yeah, which
out.
exactly gave us what we all
So
expecting.
their match was cut.
click.
Which was pretty garbage, but little did we know that it was only going to get way worse 24 hours later. But to go on to the actual main event,
Oh my God.
it's very weird, and I had the same conversation with you before it happened. I was like, it seems to be they're saying like, oh, it's just a talk. Kevin Owens is going to do his KO talk show with Stone Cold in Dallas, Texas, but it was making it seem like it was going to be a match. So people were like, okay, so is it going to turn into a match? Because if so, why not just say it's a match to begin with? They went about this really weirdly.
But I don't hate it.
But now in hindsight, then once he came out, Stone Cold came out, after Kevin Owens just was dunking on Texas, which, to be fair, said some true stuff there. He wasn't entirely wrong. And then Stone Cold comes out, and he starts walking down, and we're like, oh, he's in gear. Oh, hell.
Mhm.
Oh, no. What is happening? Then he brings the ATV down, because, you really expected him to walk all the way down there. His knees are horrible.
Yeah.
This man is, how old did I say he was?
I think he's 57 years old.
57,
Mr.
yeah.
Austin.
Yeah, and his knees are basically sandpaper.
Mhm.
Have been forever.
Yeah.
And he hasn't wrestled in 19 years. Haven't had a match of any kind. So he gets there.
So his last match was against The Rock at 19.
Yeah. And so from the get-go, Austin's talking like, I am going to beat you up. We are going to have a fight. Kevin's like, no, I'm not here to fight. I'm just, what did he say? He said something like,
he completely lied.
He said something like, "Oh, I'm like an upstanding French Canadian. I'm
Yeah.
here to be like just like calm.
10
like
minutes
it was."
before that, he said, "I'm gonna call him stupid to his face and pour a beer on his head."
Yeah.
Like what?
It was. I love Kevin Owens so much, and then lo and behold, a referee comes out, called down by Stone Cold, and the bell rings, and they have an anything goes match or a no holds barred
Everyone
match,
and
And
their
everyone-
mom are freaking out.
including us.
Yes, we are both.
freaking out like 20 feet from here.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think.
and so
were normal.
legitimately,
we were super loud.
a no holds barred match between Kevin Owens and Stone Cold Steve Austin main evented night one of WrestleMania in 2022. You could have told me that a year ago, and I wouldn't believe you. You could have told me that 4 months ago, December of last year, and I would have said that you were a crazy person.
Absolutely.
You were high on everything. And that's the world we live in now. Legitimately could not. I still can't believe it 48 hours
Yeah.
later. It's absurd. And I'll say, the match was all right. I mean, it was an anything goes match with a 57-year-old that hasn't wrestled in 19 years. It was about what you could expect.
Very similar.
Until I was like, oh, he's probably just going to like beat him up, hit him with some weapons, stunner, 1, 2, 3, and go home.
we thought it was
We thought it was
gonna
just
be
going to be
super
like,
quick.
yeah.
My man
No.
out here taking
It went-
bumps on the concrete,
Stone Cold Steve Austin
whooping
57.
some ass.
has not wrestled in 19 years. Got suplexed onto concrete.
Yeah.
What? This man, my favorite tweet of the whole weekend, which was said multiple times in multiple ways throughout both days, was that, man, Sting's got everybody feeling themselves. 'Cause
Oh,
ever since Sting came back to AEW and just started jumping off of stuff and taking crazy bumps, it's like now every older person that's wrestled before, that's either retired or just like chosen not to wrestle, whatever, uh, has come back and just started losing their minds.
Don't
Basically.
understand.
And it's really
so crazy.
It's so crazy. Like
no one
I
would have
can't-
ever expected this if Sting was still injured and
Yeah.
not in AEW.
yeah, exactly. Like literally, like that was the start. Because after that, Christian Cage came back. Just before that, Edge came back.
Yeah.
That
was more not. That's not really Sting. That's himself. I'd say.
I'm just saying, like all these wrestlers that have been retired for like almost 10 years plus.
Oh yeah, Goldberg.
Like, yeah, Goldberg was fine the first time, and then it got progressively worse.
Yep, and
that's the thing.
That is worse.
That's another thing too. A lot of people were saying that too. Like with the Austin match, they're like, because I was like, you know what? This has been going on for a bit, and he doesn't look like he's about to like keel over and die. Goldberg doing his entrance would look like he was gonna die on the spot. So everybody's like, wow, I guess it really shows that it's not an age thing. Goldberg just sucks.
Yeah.
Oldberg, not great. And hopefully they don't bring him back anymore because I think he will die next time.
No more of that.
But yeah, Stone Cold.
Yeah, going back to this match. Yeah.
The main event of WrestleMania Night 1.
My favorite parts were
oh my god.
The ATV spot where Kevin's trying to steal it and get away.
And he doesn't know how to start
no,
it.
No.
Yeah.
Then he's driving up there with him in front, Austin's face. Everyone's laughing. There was just so many good moments. There was quite
a lot of Stone Cold's IPA thrown around.
Oh, too many.
And absurd. I think this is quite possibly the most alcohol he's had on screen. If you combine both days as well, like I think both shows were like.
I think it's the most I've ever seen him drop too.
That's true. Sadly, I think the saddest thing though, one of the saddest. There's like only two sad things with the Austin stuff that went on. The one happened each day, and a general one was that man, I've never seen him like not catch that many.
I know
he did catch like 98% of them still.
It's the big cans that must mess him up.
I
think
guess. It's just, bigger cans. Yeah, that's got to be what it was.
Oh, well.
But yeah, and then we had a repeat of from a couple years ago, and Stone Cold was like, "Oh, Byron, come in the ring again."
Yeah, come on, Byron.
And then Byron once again got stunnered and sold it beautifully. I didn't know this until you showed me earlier. He flung that can out of his hand.
He chucked the thing.
It was awesome.
And Corey Graves
had
literally
the biggest
dying.
smile on his
face.
He's
like, yes.
Yeah. He was like,
yes!
Austin's back. He won a match at the WrestleMania main event.
He's calling Byron in. Oh, man.
And he killed Byron. Yeah. So that was WrestleMania Day 1. Good Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
What's an incredible show.
WrestleMania 1 was probably the best, not even WrestleMania, but best wrestling show in probably a few months, I'd say. I think in my opinion.
I think Mania as a whole is up there for like event of the year.
I think it should be.
And honestly, that's not, to be honest with you, that's not too common of an occurrence.
Yeah.
Because like last year's Mania was pretty good.
Yep.
The one before that was the one before that was when there was no fans, so it was weird. But the year before that, 2019, I remember when as soon as that show was over, and I watched it with Chris Lopez and Victor Albain.
Which is 35, right?
I don't know the numbers. It was 2019.
Yeah, it had to be, yeah.
I remember that show ended. We were like, this is the best Mania in the last like 5 years at least.
Yeah.
And now we have this.
This is the best Mania of the last 10 years.
Which is, I mean, that's the thing. Like you had said after the first night, you're like, this is the best WrestleMania ever. And I was like, all right.
No, I didn't. No.
I was like, chill out. You said something like that.
I didn't say it was ever. I'd say it was like top 10.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, chill, Kobe. But by the end of the weekend,
he's putting me on blast.
But I'm saying.
Oh, my habit.
No, I'm saying. By the end of the weekend, that statement became true. Absolutely, it did. And now, to continue on, and
yeah,
we we don't want this to be a 2-hour show, but it's gonna be taking a bit. Day 2.
It started off with Triple H, just saying,
yeah.
"Hey, thank you guys," laying his boots in the ground, doing a really respectful thing. Triple H, shout out to you. You're one of my favorites all time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like for better or for worse, Triple H is the man,
yep.
and he's done a lot of great stuff on and off screen with wrestling.
And going in the night,
kind of crazy that he didn't have a retirement match too. I was a little surprised by that. Of all people,
he can't.
Yeah,
it's not his fault.
That's just
He would if he could. I guarantee.
Yeah, it's just it's some unfortunate things thrown his way.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like he just had he just said a couple words and let his boots, and that was it. It was a nice little thing. He had one last long ass entrance at WrestleMania. And yeah, that's the end of
one last, but he's gonna be back every year.
I I wouldn't be surprised.
Night 2,
The first match,
Our-
once again, starting off with
absolute fire of a match.
a tag title match. This one being the triple threats match with RK Brew
This is the best match, I think.
defending against Alpha Academy and the Street Profits. It was absolutely a fun match. It was basically a spot fest, which it's a triple threat tag match, of course it is. But that's not a bad thing. Montez Ford did some absurd athletic things. Again, he hits quite possibly one of the coolest tag team moves I've ever seen, where I thought they were just going to do a Doomsday Device, because Angelo Dawkins had, I don't remember who it was, up, like he was going to powerbomb him, so I thought it was just going to be a Doomsday Device or something.
Or something like a crossbody.
Or like a crossbody, like your standard, tag team moves. He jumps off the top rope, just so high, and hits a blockbuster like flush, as if he was hitting on somebody standing on the mat fully. A dude lifted up in powerbomb position, jumped perfectly over them, got him, and hit him with the powerbomb blockbuster combo. That is one of the most insane jumps on the top rope I've ever seen. That wasn't that like ever. And
we talked about this.
I've seen like every high flying top rope move you can imagine at this point.
Yeah.
And I think that is legitimately the most impressive thing I've ever seen done.
It
off the
was
top
insane. This man, Montez Ford, we've talked about it yesterday.
Mhm.
Love to see this single run by him.
Yeah, I was like, it's absolutely going to happen in the future.
Will soon.
Yeah, I don't know how soon, because Street Profits are over, and them as a team is fantastic. They are just the most easily likable and fun and charismatic team.
There's always that
they
one,
have.
and it's sadly Dawkins.
Yeah, every team's got a Janetti, that's just how it happens. Like, I love Angelo Dawkins to death, but like, I mean, man, every time Montez shows up and shows out, every time. But I will give Angelo Dawkins his flowers, especially because for a change of pace, he did a tope con hello over the top rope instead of Montez Ford.
We take
in this match, and I was like,
change it up a bit.
Literally, I don't think Angelo Dawkins has done that ever.
Oh no,
at least as far as I've seen. So that was crazy. Randy Orton hit yet another sick ass RKO.
Yep.
Chad Gable got some like length on that jump. That was kind of crazy.
Exactly.
And he
Man.
he got dropped, and in true Randy Orton fashion, he hit a sick ass RKO, and then they won. Little surprised to see them retain. Honestly, I guess I never really expect retains at Mania. I don't. That's just a me thing. I don't know why. I just never expect anybody to retain their titles at Mania.
Oh, that makes sense. I just don't see. I think they made the right call. I mean, there's no.
Yeah.
reason.
Well, it didn't really. Well, that's the thing. I didn't really care who won going in when they showed that, because I was like, all three of these guys have won the belts already before.
Yeah.
Because like, it's not like, oh, this will be somebody's first first time winning this title at WrestleMania, because that almost always happens, because it's a feel good story. Who doesn't like that?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, within the past year, all three of these teams have had the belts.
Mhm.
So
Hey.
yeah,
Randy's having a good time.
Yeah,
He's not hating what he's doing. He's love it. He loves it.
I have never in my life seen Randy Orton have such a blast while on screen. Ever.
It's
kind of crazy. This dude looks like he's either like, going through the motions at worst, or like just being real cool at best. He is out here after the match. He was out here, jumping up and down. He's jumping on the second rope going like, yeah. Like, I've never in my life I've seen this man so hype.
I think the last time I've seen him this hype was on that episode of SmackDown. He did
and the reason
he did
he did a two touch, and the only reason he did that was that someone backstage was like, "Yo, Randy, you're not like hype enough," and he was like, "Oh yeah," and so he overdid it as like a middle finger to them, and then they were like, "Yeah," and even everybody, like the crowd was confused.
Christian was like, "What the?"
Yeah, and the crowd was like, "What is he doing?" And then everybody was like, "Yeah." And then backstage, he goes backstage, and they're just like, "Okay, I get it. I'm sorry." So
my bad.
And
I can't get you in trouble. You're Randy freaking Orton.
Little did they know, like 12 years later, he would be legit that hype.
Exactly.
If he probably can't now because he's older, but if he did that
this isn't the best run of Randy's career. We've seen him,
But this is the best one for him personally. Yeah, it's like him personally.
17.
It's because literally, like somebody I saw on Twitter, I saw them say like, having not watched WWE consistently in like 6 years, it is very weird to see Randy Orton on screen and having a fun time.
Exactly.
Because that never happens. But yeah, that was
the Riddle effect, man.
I guess so. But that was a fun match. They had a weird thing afterwards where Gable Steveson showed up again. This time not dressed up like a dad at the barbecue.
He needs. I thought he was in better shape. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he has someone said he has the charisma of a goldfish.
He
And
needs to.
yeah, I was like,
to
yeah, I was like, if
build
they're
character.
gonna care, like, I don't care for the dude at all, really.
Not yet.
But if
I won't
they
give up on him yet.
if they're actually like serious about making him a big deal as they're treating him already, they need to put this dude in wrestling school ASAP because
Well, I bet he starts
um,
tonight.
well,
We'll
who
see.
knows? I was gonna say, like, if they actually want to like make people care, that's the thing. People cared about him when they first brought him in because he had just won a gold medal. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? But it's been like over a year since that happened. I feel like I could kind of see like most of the crowd was like, I don't know who
Okay.
this is. So
Oh,
that was a weird thing. I don't
gotta
know.
wait and see though.
I don't know why they did that there on the show. That was kind of weird.
Going into the next match, Bobby Lashley and Omos. Not much. We'll keep this one brief and short.
Big dudes.
It's literally Omos got flipped. The story was
Yep.
started on Monday.
Yeah, literally this had like a
Like-
week's build and was on WrestleMania card, kind of insane.
It's
But
actually
yeah,
wasn't that bad.
Omos gave Bobby Lashley a bear hug to the ass. That was funny.
Uh-huh.
And then Bobby Lashley returned the favor by giving Omos a spear.
it was
to the ass.
probably it wasn't. There's nothing to go
I
home
wasn't
about
sure what
this
to
one.
expect, and I really didn't know who was gonna win. I kind of thought Omos was gonna win. I think it was just gonna just beat up Lashley and that was it. But they're still pretty high on Lashley.
I hope
as
they're
well.
still pretty high on Omos. I don't want this.
Oh yeah,
to
me
really
too.
End anything.
Omos is one of the
Super
best.
funny.
Super, he's hilarious. Like when not like in general. But yeah, no, he's like one of the best like tall ass wrestlers I've ever seen. Like of all
Oh
the
my
wrestlers
God.
that have been like 7 foot or like around that.
This man did a roundhouse kick.
Oh yeah, he would.
But he didn't hit it. He missed. But it was so cool.
Oh yeah, he threw like a kick like 2 minutes in. I said, never mind. Omos should win this match. I was like he should win.
He got it so high.
Yeah, I was just like the fact that he's that flexible at that height is absurd. What he did something else crazy too, didn't he? I don't remember.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. I think he did something else that was kind of like I didn't expect. I don't remember what it was.
I didn't expect Bobby Lashley to suplex the man.
Yeah, dude, he suplexed. That looked so crazy. That was awesome. I don't even.
He
remember.
caught Lashley on his shoulders. Lashley looked so small.
Dude, yeah, Lashley. Yeah, I've never seen Lashley look small ever. And oh yeah, no, that's what it was. Lashley. Omos like grabbed Lashley and like put him in fireman's carry and then like military pressed him.
Oh yeah, he pushed him.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
He military pressed him, and I was like, I don't think Lashley has been thrown that high in his life. There's no way in hell he's been thrown up that high by anyone ever.
Yeah, there's
He's a big
this
dude.
man. He's like,
Yeah,
oh.
this is the first time ever in Bobby Lashley's life that he's been manhandled.
Exactly.
It was
But
crazy.
he still came out the victor.
Yeah, he did still win. I have no idea what either one's gonna be doing from this moment on.
Hey,
But
man.
I'm looking forward to it because I
All
like
started
both a lot.
13 minutes ago. I guess we'll wait and see.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
This match now, the match. Oh my God, absolute hilarious,
Oh my God,
Mr. Sir Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville
Yeah,
himself.
from Jackass.
From Jackass.
Sami Zayn,
This feud,
who is a jackass.
yeah, this feud has been peak television, hysterical, must see, just fun overall. Everything about it was so ridiculous and dumb, like you would expect from something Jackass related.
There was,
But good
uh,
lord, it was an anything goes match because of course it was, and basically almost every shenanigan you can think of happened.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were like, "Oh man, I can't believe the other like Jackass crew isn't here." Some of the newer guys from the latest movie were in the crowd, which was cool. But then we spoke too soon because later on, Wee Man showed up.
Man.
Not only did he show up and help out, he body slammed Sami Zayn.
It's Hulk Hogan and Andre the
Yeah.
Giant all over again.
That's exactly what it was. I would argue this was even better.
No. There was him, Chris Pontius.
And then Chris Pontius showed up, and he was like in full, like fully dressed. And I was like, "Oh, that makes sense." Because Chris Pontius' whole thing is that whenever he's on screen, like he like wears a speedo, and like a Chippendale little like a bow tie, and that's it.
Exactly.
Once again, we spoke too soon. Because then he stripped, and
He
I
got
was like,
cheeky.
"Yeah, it got cheeky at WrestleMania," and I was like, "I can't believe I'm seeing this right now." And then Pat McAfee had quite possibly the greatest call of the entire weekend, where he said,
Yeah.
I wish I could say this was the first time that I've seen Chris Pontius' ass, but that would be a lie.
Love Pat,
I love
man.
Pat McAfee. We'll get to him.
Yeah.
It's like,
This
yeah,
match, though.
This match,
Sami
probably-
Zayn deserves all the flowers.
Yeah. I was like, Kevin Owens
so
and Sami Zayn are two of the greatest wrestlers to ever live. And,
Biggest winners of the week.
honestly, yes, two of the biggest winners of the weekend were while losing. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
In general,
they put on
just-
banger
yeah.
matches with somebody who hadn't wrestled in almost 20 years and someone who's not a wrestler.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like the closest to a death match WWE will ever book, which
Yeah,
is really
how
funny.
goofy it was.
Yeah.
You know, the ball kicker, like
Yeah. I don't
the-
know if that. Yeah.
the table
and-
with
The table with mouse traps on it.
The
The
huge
giant mouse trap that
to
almost
win.
didn't work. Yeah.
Almost didn't work. Oh man, I wouldn't.
Yeah, that would have sucked if it didn't work. Yeah. Oh yeah, they put the giant hand on screen. And
Yeah.
Walked right into it. That was
Zack Ryder rolling in his grave right
hysterical.
now.
Oh my lord. Yeah, this match. Oh god, it was so funny. It was everything. It was even more than I expected it to be.
Exactly.
Because I was a little disappointed in Johnny Knoxville at the Royal Rumble because he didn't really do anything crazy.
He took bumps. That's it.
Yeah, but he didn't take a crazy one like I thought. I thought he was gonna get like thrown off the top rope onto something. But this is the match. He got thrown through a table. He was getting kicked in the face left and right. It was pretty sick. Same as was getting pieced up by a wee man. Oh, dude, it was.
Come on, Logan.
Yeah,
Logan Paul, do that.
Yeah, come on. That's the thing. That's the thing. I was like, if anybody's gonna get hit really hard in the face a lot, it's gonna be Johnny Knoxville, and he delivered.
He immediately within the first second of the match, he got domed in the face with a boot.
He did. Yeah, that was how that started. So that was amazing. 10 out of 10. Bring Johnny Knoxville back every year. I say.
All right.
That was
I would
great.
love to see that. Next match on the card, the women's tag team match where you got 4 teams, a lot of them thrown together. We got Sasha,
every single one of them thrown
Naomi.
together.
I like that team.
Yeah, that team makes more sense.
We got the champions who make sense. Queen Zelina and Carmella.
They didn't at first, but now they do. They got better.
at first. Now they. Oh,
yeah, now they got better.
Then we got Natalia and Rhea Ripley.
Or
not Rhea Ripley.
yeah.
Shayna Baszler. I'm getting confused.
We were put together 2 weeks ago. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and then
whatever. And then
Morgan and Rhea Ripley.
And Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, who were put together a month ago, but they immediately proved it worked.
I kind of like it.
They have great chemistry. Yeah,
love it. Yeah,
all their backstage interviews, just palling around. It's great.
It's
and
awesome.
they're both, and they're 2 of my favorite women's wrestlers.
We talked about this beforehand. Shout out. Let's hope Rhea Ripley is a part of the new Edge stable. That
oh yeah,
I'll say
we'll. Yeah, that's a bit of a spoiler, but yeah, we'll talk about that. So everybody was pretty sure that Sasha and Naomi were going to win this because I don't know if they ever talked about this on screen.
I don't think they brought it up.
Did,
Maybe they did.
But everybody else, everybody knew Sasha Banks has never won at WrestleMania before. She was 0-6, I believe, at WrestleMania.
All right, she lost to
her first Mania.
Charlotte and Becky.
Yes.
She lost to on 33 was
she at that one? I don't remember. It could be that she wasn't at one.
32 was her first one, I thought.
No, I think it was. Yeah.
She has to be.
Yeah, that's right. So I don't care. We don't remember all their losses, but yeah. Obviously, last year she lost to Bianca. But yeah, has never won at WrestleMania. Every time Sasha Banks went to WrestleMania, she would lose. So everybody was pretty convinced.
That's insane.
Yeah, everybody was pretty convinced that was going to happen, and that's the best choice too. If it had to be somebody else, I would say Rhea and Liv because they just immediately had chemistry off the bat. But so did Sasha and Naomi. So either choice would have been good. But
maybe Liv Morgan will win a title soon.
I hope so.
I want to see.
She's fantastic. But yeah, so this match was pretty good. They did the stupid rules that WWE likes to do, where there's multiple teams, but only 2 can be legal.
They did it with the. They didn't do it with the Raw Tag Champs.
Tag title, they just did it like a normal match.
3-way.
Yeah.
Triple threat.
So why they didn't do that? An hour later, I will never an hour and a half later. I'll never understand. WWE works in mysterious, stupid ways. But still, it's a 4-person tag match, so of course it was a spot fest the whole time.
Yep.
But it was good. There was a lot of crazy stuff that happened.
Fast paced.
I don't know why they do Tower of Doom spots in every women's tag match. But they did 2 at the same time. That was different a little bit, and that was cool. And then Naomi and Sasha Banks win by pinning Carmella hilariously. Because Corey Graves was losing his mind,
he cried.
Crying.
His face.
he was just like no. Because him and Carmella, I'm pretty sure, are getting married.
Shout out, congratulations.
Congrats to them. But yeah, never seen this tag finish move ever. I don't think they've ever done it before. Naomi was holding Carmella up in a wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
And Sasha Banks runs off the rope, and does a Rolling Thunder code breaker, and then they both sit out.
So cool.
It looks sick. I think they can make it look even cooler. Well, obviously, that was the first time they were doing it. But for the first time, doing that on screen, they nailed it. Yeah. It was a sick finish.
It kind of looked a little wonky. I think Sasha got a little too close. Inside.
I think
outside.
Yeah, I think that was the one little thing about it. That's what I'm saying. For our first time doing a finish like that,
good job. Shout out.
Yeah, real good job. Sasha finally wins at WrestleMania. She and Naomi are tag champs, and they're they're a team that makes sense. So hopefully, we get some teams that actually make sense and aren't just people thrown together. And we get some actually interesting things happening with the women's tag belts because
that's exactly what I was gonna say.
These titles are basically meaningless.
Stay relevant, please.
Yes,
keep building through the women's tag.
They only ever get relevant at WrestleMania, and then they just drift into nothingness over the next year very quickly, and then they are relevant again at Mania.
We'll wait and see.
Yeah, I would like that. Hopefully since they go to both shows, but they're from SmackDown. SmackDown's usually the better
Did your thing.
better show these days.
We'll see.
I hope so.
Going on to one of the better matches this weekend. A lot of people say a dream match. Edge
And it was.
versus AJ Styles.
Yeah, two people that have had basically polar opposite careers in pretty much every single way.
Yeah, it's a
Never
lot.
in a million years would I have thought I'd seen Edge and AJ Styles singles match. Like a couple years ago, before Edge came back, I would say 10 years ago, but I wasn't watching wrestling then. But like, if I was watching wrestling 10 years ago and said, "Oh, I think we're like one day Edge and AJ Styles will have a match," I'd be like, "You're high on crack. That's
No,
never gonna happen."
not happening.
And here we are again, the insane world of 2022, where this entire weekend, as I described it, was a seemingly a like fever dream.
Yes.
Just just fever dream fueled.
A lot of
madness.
emotions riding high.
Yeah, just
so pumped
insane.
for this
So
weekend.
this match, weird beginning. AJ comes out first, and I don't know if it was like a pyro thing like went off weird, or if he was standing too close to one. But as he's walking down the ramp, he is already bleeding from the side of his face.
Yeah,
Everybody was like,
what?
huh? So
Even
everybody's trying
Corey
to figure
Graves
it out.
was like,
Some
"He's
people
already
went,
bleeding."
yeah. Corey Graves was like, AJ Styles bleeding from the face already, and the match hasn't even started. So yeah, AJ was like bleeding,
And it was pretty big.
yeah. It looked worse than what it was. It looked worse at first because like the blood like kind
Yeah.
of dripping down. But
We
then
had no
after, but then
context.
after he wiped it and like it just like it wasn't that deep of a cut, so it healed pretty quick. Like in the match, it didn't look too bad. But yeah,
It might have just skinned him.
yeah, we're pretty sure like one of the pyro things like went off, like the sparkler things, and like a little bit of it just like got close and like singed him.
Thankfully, it did not get any closer to his eyes.
That's true. Yeah, it was
That would
like
be
on the
awful.
side of his face, and he had the hood on too as
Yeah.
well, because it would have gone off like right before, like right when he did it. So, yeah, luckily that luckily it wasn't that bad. And I was like, yeah, finally somebody bled on the show. Oh,
Yeah.
man. WWE never lets people
All
bleed.
the money in the world.
Yeah.
Woo!
So yeah, so he comes out and it's just like, oh man, he's really gonna give it now. I bet he's mad. He's already busted open. Then Edge,
Oh my.
a throne, like within seemingly 4 seconds, there's like a giant like pillar, and then
How do they do that without us noticing?
well, I mean the cameras stayed off of it.
Not even
but, like,
that,
but they
it's
did
no
it,
one's
But they
reacting?
did it, they did it in like 4 seconds. Is what's crazy. Like they
I
did it
know.
so fast. Then Edge's other, he's heel now, so he doesn't use his fun theme song.
Hey, this
he's-
one's still a banger.
This one is absolutely a banger. Yeah, Alter Bridge rules. That's just they're a good band. But yeah, then not only is there a big pillar, but he arises from it in a throne, and there's a fire all over the place. I'm like, this looks like a boss fight. This is crazy. This is like a Castlevania boss fight.
Exactly.
This is crazy. So then he walks down, and yeah, I think a lot of people were like, this match seems kind of slow. But it was just, I think it was just a little unfortunate that it went on after the
Yeah.
Johnny Knoxville match and like a big a bunch of people multi-man match.
Mhm.
It was just kind of like I don't want to say the dead spot, but it was
It wasn't.
the crowd
yeah.
the crowd was a bit wiped out from the last two matches.
I feel like
so-
the match did kind of drag out. I don't think it needed to be 24 minutes. I think that's how long
Yeah,
it was.
I
I think
thi-
it could have been fine with 20.
yeah, I think it could have
19.
been. I think it could have been a little shorter. Yeah. But yeah, I mean they hit all the spots. Then the finish was quite weird.
Yeah.
But I'm honestly okay with it. AJ
So-
goes to hit the phenomenal forearm.
Yeah. This is alluding to the team that they have.
Yeah,
going on.
and then all of a sudden AJ looks over, and out of thin air, Damian Priest has shown up,
just
which
staring
is-
at Edge.
he's staring at AJ. Well, he's staring at Edge, and AJ's just like, huh? Okay, whatever.
He
A
made AJ. No.
momentarily distracted, and then AJ goes to hit the phenomenal forearm, but that gave Edge enough time to get some wherewithal. Then spears in midair. That spot's been done a lot. This was a pretty good.
Roman did it better in 2016.
Okay, yes, but then also to his credit, Roman's always had a better spear than Edge.
He really
I think
has.
everybody can agree on that. I'll say I love Edge. He's got spear's cool, but I'd say Roman's is more consistently better. But yeah, so it was like that's kind of weird, a distraction finish at Mania that's completely out of nowhere. That was a little weird, but I don't think it really took away from it. And then Jamie Priest gets in the match and he like bows before Edge. So I'm like, wait, what? Edge has a disciple now? So yeah, I'm sure it'll be explained like tonight on Raw.
So
or
we'll find
whatever.
out more.
Or it might be going on right now. Who knows? But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Edge wins, beats AJ after the distraction, and him and Damian Priest are the evil homies, is what I referred to
Yeah.
them on Twitter, and some people got a kick out of that. So,
There's two things about
you're
this
welcome.
match, really. One, I love they made Edge win. I think if they really want to stick with this, he needed that win
Mhm.
to keep it going and look legitimate.
Yeah.
2, absolutely hate the idea that we all know AJ. I get it's wrestling, but AJ is a straight up professional. I don't think he's gonna get distracted by Damian Priest standing there.
Yeah, but that's a
I
that's a
think
WWE classic. You
I
know?
know.
But again, like a distraction finish at Mania on paper sounds horrible.
Yeah,
But this wasn't that bad. It led to a cool
it will build more.
It led to a good finish, and everybody immediately was like, literally 100% of people watching were immediately on board with Edge and Damian Priest being together in any way.
Yeah, and this is.
So I don't know if this is
gonna
going to
look
be a
good, I
tag team or if he's going to like start recruiting more. And have,
We'll
like, a
wait and see,
stable.
man.
A lot of people already said like, "Yo, put Rhea Ripley with that stable and make a killer," and I agree. That would be a killer trio at the minimum.
Edge and Damian Priest. Priest supposed to be. He is still feuding with Balor for the U.S. title, so maybe we get some
I don't
sort of
know.
tag team match.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
We'll wait and see.
I guess we'll
It all builds in a week's time.
Yeah. So then next was the absolute dirt worst thing of the entire weekend, because the match that was cut the day before of the New Day, and then Sheamus and Ridge Holland and Butch, their music hit and they started coming out. I was like, oh cool, they moved their match to today. That's really cool of them. This match was 1 minute and 43 seconds long, and the New Day got beat. Not only did they get beat and look like chumps, they got beat by the guy who broke Big E's neck a month ago.
This is really dumb to me.
And they straight up showed the footage of Big E's neck.
They showed it!
They showed, literally, not like censored or anything, not like a freeze frame, like as the move starts like they have done in the past, I remember seeing before. They literally just showed the exact move where Big E almost got paralyzed.
Like,
they never
what are you doing?
It's
so gross.
It was so bizarre. I've never seen him do it. It was super just weird and honestly awful.
Now we know Big E has a sense of humor. I bet they asked him
he has
for
a sense of humor, and it could have been worse. They literally told him like, but he literally said the doctor told him like it was like this close of like paralyzing him. Like it is a miracle that he's still walking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's gonna be out for a while. Kobe and Xavier came out dressed in Big E
Love
gear.
that. Shout out.
It was awesome.
Great.
But yeah, then they
best
friends.
But
then they just got they got distracted by Butch, and then Sheamus cheated, and then to make matters even worse, Ridge Holland's the one that got the pin and won.
Yeah, exactly.
Ew, disgusting. I hate everything about this.
I mentioned this earlier when Xavier was on the pre-show on night 1. He referred to those 3 as Butch, the B word, and Botch.
Yes, which was pretty funny.
Yes.
And also, Xavier had a sick fro on Saturday.
He was looking cool.
And he was looking fly as hell, and I'm mad he didn't get to wrestle like that because it looked clean as hell.
I don't think he would have wrestled like that. I think he still would have wrestled like that.
I think he's wrestled in a fro before. He used to only wrestle in a fro back in the day.
Shout out Consequences Creed.
Yeah.
With Jay Lethal.
No thank you.
Going back to WWE.
Anyways, the next match
Oh, my mic.
was yo, chill, bro. I know we gotta
Getting this excited
Yeah.
for this match.
Yes, and I say like we don't want to go like too much longer, but
We're going so long already.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, we're about an hour and a half now. But whatever, we'll get through stuff. Because this ending
Let's go
bit,
through it.
Yeah, this ending bit is like the most insane like half hour of time probably ever. Pat McAfee fought Austin Theory, and Mr. McMahon actually came out, had an entrance, and was in at ringside watching.
Yeah, so
Pat McAfee, this is his
Vince.
third.
We didn't even know Vince was coming out.
Yeah, we didn't know
we
Vince
were
was
like,
gonna come
"Whoa,
out.
wait, there he is!"
Yeah, his theme hits, and
so
you know,
low.
yeah,
Not hear anything.
Yeah, he starts walking out. Everybody's singing "No Chance in Hell," banger theme song. Pat McAfee, this is his third match ever, and they had a whole package where he was like, ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a wrestler." You know, and they're like showing him like when he was hired and how he's on commentary with Pat.
When he was with the Colts.
They just showing him with the Colts. Yeah, you gotta love it.
They built him from Indy. This is the best.
Yeah,
part.
they built him from Indy too. I made me so happy. I was like one of the few times I've been happy to be from this state. Was with Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee's entrance. He had the Dallas cheerleaders there, and he came out to Seven Nation Army by White Stripes. So a whole crowd, 77,000 people going,
Yeah.
Incredible. He punts a football.
Some fan got that ball.
Oh, man.
So
Incredible. And again, Pat McAfee, this is his third match ever.
Mm-hmm.
He has only wrestled 3 times now. And, well, I guess technically he had 4 matches in total now. Little did we know.
Yeah, technically.
But yeah, so Pat McAfee ends up winning the match after...
Very good match.
Yeah.
Biggest takeaway?
Biggest takeaway, everything Pat McAfee does is incredible.
He did a backflip into a superplex.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He did. Yeah, he did a moonsault, or he got suplexed and landed on his feet. He hopped from the bottom to the top, from the ground to the top rope, and hit a superplex.
I can't believe Pat did that.
I'm pretty sure he did that in his other matches too.
It's just insane.
It's insane to see a dude that big and tall be able to do that. Unfortunately, he did not get to hit the punt on Austin Theory. That would have been killer.
Sadly.
But there was a malfunction at the junction, and Austin Theory got rolled up, and Pat McAfee won. So then it's like, oh, his music's still going. 7 Days Arms playing a game, but then the music stops, and Vince McMahon's walking away with Austin Theory, and then he looks at Pat McAfee, and then the music stops, and Vince McMahon's just got this really creepy look on his face the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
and he's looking at Pat McAfee, and Pat McAfee's just like, yeah, I got your boy, dog. All this. Vince McMahon takes off his suit jacket.
As a joke at first. He's like,
as a joke at first.
And then he walked away.
Yeah, and then he starts walking away. And then he turns back around. And
let's do this thing.
And he takes his tie off, and he starts unbunbuttoning his shirt. I'm like, is he about to just strip? Like, what's happening? And then he
Get
takes
this man out of here.
And then, it's like this is a kid-friendly show, man. Come on,
man. You should know better.
Yeah, you run this thing. And I joked. He's like, I forget what I planned. Like, then he takes his shirt off.
Who am I rooting for?
Yeah. Who am I rooting for?
Someone's fired.
Somebody's fired. Then he takes his shirt off, and he's wearing the same black wife beater that he always wore when he had matches with Austin and stuff. And everybody is losing, including me, losing their minds. Vince McMahon gets in the ring, and they're like, and he's like, and then straight up, Michael Cole and Byron Saxton are commentary, and Michael Cole the whole time, also the whole match cheering for Pat McAfee was wonderful.
Yeah.
No, I was totally biased. It was wonderful. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
They're like the best commentary duo ever. It's so great.
Come on, Pat!
Yeah,
Come on, Pat!
Yeah, like he was cheering him
Michael
on.
Cole is having fun.
Michael Cole's having fun for the first time in like a million years.
Pat McAfee is definitely.
I was saying last time he had fun was when he was call those UK shows with Nigel. Like he straight up tweeted that he was like, he was like, "Where's Nigel McGuinness been my whole life?" This was so fun to call. So yeah, like he's finally found another commentary partner. It's like just they're like best friends now. It's wonderful. Yeah, Michael Cole's like, "Why is there a referee in the ring? What's this man doing?
What is that? What's happening?
What's happening?" And this man's looking at Rudy Charles, the referee, and he's just like, what
I don't know.
Yeah. So he's
Should
like,
I?
So yeah, but then Austin Theory comes in and hits Pat McAfee. So I was like, so I immediately tweeted like, lame. It was all a ruse. It's not gonna be a match. Then Pat McAfee he gets back up in the corner, and Vince McMahon tells him to ring the bell, and the bell rings. Oh my God, Vince McMahon is having a match.
Yes.
This
man hasn't had a match since 2010.
76. He is 76. The closest he's been is that he refereed that one Roman match in 2015.
Oh yeah, that was the last time he's ever.
That was the last time.
No. Kevin Owens made him bleed, and he splashed him on SmackDown.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about when Kevin Owens killed Vince McMahon.
You said I could put my hands on McMahon.
Yeah.
With permission, and he did.
Yes.
And
oh my God. Yeah. I forgot he headbutt Vince McMahon. I totally forgot about that. That's an all-timer moment. Oh my God. But yeah, but so was this. Vince McMahon starts beating the hell out of Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee is selling like a champ for 76-year-old, barely able to walk Vince McMahon.
Love it.
He was taking shoulder blocks. He was taking clotheslines. Oh my good Lord.
The match ends with him kicking a football into the man's chest.
Yeah. The match ends because Austin Theory kept having they were cheating, but like Vince McMahon's the boss. You're not gonna DQ. Like they're like the ref's not gonna DQ his boss. He'll get fired. You know what I mean? So then Austin Theory, I made the joke that Austin Theory went out to the crowd and took that football back from some fan and brought it back in.
There's no way.
And then probably not. Vince McMahon was teasing he was gonna punt it to the crowd, and he kept faking him out.
Oh no!
It was so funny. And then he goes over and just punts it point blank into his ribs, and then
that
1, 2, 3.
Hilariously made me laugh.
Vince McMahon,
the noise it made.
That's like I literally was like, say what you will about Vince McMahon for at least this night. I take back everything bad I've ever said about him. This was peak entertainment.
Yes.
So then Austin Theory's music starts playing, and they're just hanging out. There's
One thing we noticed before when they played Austin Theory's music, his face was like,
Vince.
I don't think he even knew.
Austin Theory's music started playing, and Vince just went looked, and I was like, wait, I don't know who's. I didn't recognize the theme either because I've heard it twice.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh wait, no, it's Austin's music. So Vince was like, oh okay. So I was just like, they're like, dang, Vince got spooked. What's the deal? And then the glass shattered, and Stone Cold came out again.
Perfect timing.
He came out
He's
And,
back.
Yeah, he came out again 24 hours after having his first match in 19 years. And long story, try to make a long story short because we want to
We've
try to get
already
out of
been
here
over
soon.
time, yeah.
A million beers, yet again. A million of Stone
A
Cold
lot
IPAs.
of, fumbling, catching.
Yeah, mostly catches this time around, I would say. Yeah, he stunners Austin Theory, and he shoots to the moon. He then goes on,
Yes.
and we witness
Oh.
the single worst stunner in the history of humankind.
What do you expect, though?
What's the thing?
It's so good, it's bad.
Vince, I agree. Vince McMahon has always he's taken the stunner like I don't know a handful of times over the years, and he's always sold it.
He's trying to get
worst.
away.
Yeah, he's always sold it the dirt worst. But I don't know whose fault it was here. I think what happened was like Austin booted Vince. I think Vince went too low, so Austin went to grab his head, and his head wasn't there. So it like fumbled and was awkward. And then, to me at least, it looked like Vince tried to like save it by like stumbling backwards into the ropes. And I think what he wanted was for Austin to kick him again and then hit it. But what happened is that he bounced off the ropes and then he very slowly just went like and then stunnered, and then Vince McMahon like just crumpled over.
And then he died.
Yeah, and Cody was like, "Oh my God, someone check it out, he might be dead."
He
like,
wasn't moving.
Because like the Vince Classic, he sold it like he just like
It's
someone
so
someone
bad.
pushed him over. But yeah, the worst stunner ever. And Vince, that's the thing. Like I thought like Austin would be mad about it, but no, he's laughing his ass off.
I know.
He's getting literally he left the ring like two or three different times, and then came back and was like more. Let
me get
and
some
got
more.
And he kept doing a million beer bashes. He had a beer bash with Pat McAfee. And
Like, get in here.
And then he stunnered him
Me?
too. Yeah, he was like, "Oh really?" And then as Austin was finally walking away again, they cut to Pat McAfee on the floor.
Just chugging
And
a beer.
He's like this against the commentary table, and he's just pouring one of those IPAs like into his mouth. It's like overflowing. It is an incredible visual. The picture of it is hysterical.
Man is having a field day.
Yeah,
with that
but-
beer,
yeah.
and he's
No-
just having a great time.
Also earlier that night, I tweeted after the Johnny Knoxville match, Johnny Knoxville should be undisputed champion, and then after this match, I tweeted Pat McAfee should be undisputed champion.
Yes. Here for it. Full
so
time
all that
Pat. Let's do
all
it.
that happened, and then the main event.
Yes.
The self-proclaimed
We've
before it
been,
even happened, greatest WrestleMania or biggest WrestleMania match of all time.
We've all been expecting
You
it for a
can't-
while.
you can't call a match that before it happens. That's just stupid. But that's
Mhm.
WWE's bread and butter. So this match, I enjoyed it a lot. But a lot of people, I guess I need to rewatch it or something. 'Cause
Yeah.
a lot of people were saying that it felt like anticlimactic or that it ended kind of soonish or
So-
like abruptly. So but you and I didn't think that. So I think we just need to rewatch
Yeah,
it.
I think the biggest factor. Let's give you feedback or readback on the whole thing.
Mhm.
So, Brock is putting Roman in the Kimura lock. He's in there for about a
here-
solid
so-
minute and a
so
half.
Here's a big thing. So like it's a unification match, which Cody and I both agree, terrible idea.
I don't like it. I don't
I
want
don't-
them to do one belt. I
Yeah,
think it was all for the
I don't
first
either.
time.
Yeah, I don't either. I like the shows being separate. The fact that they've already stopped being separate for the last couple months has been kind of scary. I don't want a Raw Super Show scenario again. That was like the Dark Ages. I don't want to go back. But yeah, so title for title. Brock does his own entrance as if he was Paul Heyman. It was great.
Yep.
And as I say, the match is like pretty good. They're just beating the crap out of each other like they've always done in all their matches. And even with like this, like literally within like 5 minutes, everybody's like, "Oh, this is their best match."
I don't know what.
I
so
don't
different.
like. I don't like there was. I don't know. Like their matches in the past, it was either both because it was just like whatever. One of them was really hated just in general, or nobody, or everybody hated both of them. Like that one match they had a few years ago where everybody booed everything.
Mhm.
The only time they cheered was when the match ended,
Yes.
and then they went back to booing immediately after.
Yep.
Which was probably one of the funniest WrestleMania main events in my I've
Yeah.
ever seen in
So
my life. That was
the
hilarious.
when he was in the Kimura lock, you could see like people were saying Brock shooted on him or something.
So we did
with
not
the
notice
twist
this,
of it?
We did not notice this live. We did not notice this until after the fact. Brock Lesnar, Brock has Roman in the Kimura.
I noticed it today. I showed you it.
I saw people mentioning it last night, and I had not seen it. You showed me. Looking back at it, it looked like something was like poking out of Roman's arm. His
It's
left arm.
a big
like
oval
lump,
on his
and it
arm.
lump, and it looked like red. It was disgusting.
We don't know what it is.
Yeah, I heard somebody say
He popped.
also.
Someone said he popped it back in. I think
No,
Corey
said-
Graves did.
Well, I was saying, like, I think some people thoughts or like I think some people like I don't know if this is for sure what it was, but some people were saying like it was like his shoulder dislocated, and he was able to like push it back in. But yeah, but that's a lot of because a lot of people felt like the match just like kind of ended. It was only like 12 minutes long. It didn't seem that short to me. But again, I was in the moment. It had been 2 long days, a lot of wrestling.
Yeah,
Um,
so much going
I
on.
just got back from vacation, the whole thing. But yeah, so like a lot of people said that the ending just kind of like it just kind of like ended. And I do agree. Like it ended. The show ended like 20 to 30 minutes sooner earlier than the day before.
Yeah, it
did.
ended at 11:48.
Yeah, like
compared
something
to
like that.
P Eastern compared to
Yeah, compared
Saturday's
to
12.
when it ended like a little after midnight's the first
Like
day.
just
So
on time.
so
Almost.
if that really is what happened and they cut it short because Roman was hurt, then it makes sense that they did that, and it is like unfortunate. But for what they did do, I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah,
It was exactly what you thought it'd be: bunch of spears, Superman punches, suplexes, F5s. You know,
I don't
like
think a lot of people
how
were
all their
expecting
other
that.
matches have gone. You know,
A lot of people weren't expecting that to end so
I
quickly,
had no
but
idea.
that might be
Yeah,
probably the best idea.
I had no idea who was gonna win at all.
Nope.
I could have seen both winning.
I think I wanted Roman to win more, just so I could
like
see
either
the
way made
build
sense.
up
Like
again.
Roman beats like Brock, but as you know, a heel this time,
This man's the
and proves that
greatest
he's
champion.
like and you know
One of the
and
best.
shows that he's still like undefeated after like 2 years.
Mhm.
And you know like he's in God mode, whatever, head of the table, acknowledge me, the whole shebang.
Who's gonna beat
Or
him?
and it also made sense for Brock to win, because it would have been he ends that 2 year streak, and proves he's still the beast incarnate. And he doesn't need Paul Heyman, but yeah, some people were like, I saw like you had mentioned this a second ago that some people said like, did Brock shoot on him
Yeah.
or something? Like I saw somebody said, yo, was that a shoot? And I had no idea what they
There's
were
no
referring to.
way. I can't see that.
I don't think so. Legitimately, I think what's possible is that Brock Lesnar just is too strong even for his own good, and legitimately put an accidental legit Kimura on him without meaning to, or maybe he did mean to. I don't know. At the end of the night,
All our answers will be answered here.
Roman Reigns is both the Universal and WWE champion. He is I guess they're referring to as the undisputed champion again.
Cody did just complete his promo, so I need to watch that.
Yeah, gotta see what that's about.
He said he wants to be champ.
Of course, I think he said it in other interviews too. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, Roman Reigns wins. I did not.
Hopefully he's okay.
I did not. Yeah, hopefully he's okay. Well, I guess we'll see. Either if not tonight, then on Friday on SmackDown. I'm sure he'll show up on both, but we'll see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if they put it off to SmackDown, honestly, because that's where he like.
Yeah,
that's his show.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully Roman's all right. Won't have to vacate anything because that would totally suck.
Yeah.
But I would say you did notice like when he was like walking up the ramp holding up both titles, he didn't have his left arm
like just
nearly
this
as high.
one up more.
Yeah, he didn't have it nearly as high. And yeah, I didn't even.
I thought it
pick up
was
on
just
that.
great selling on his end.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, that too, because it totally made sense.
Yeah, like
that was the same with like
belt.
that was the same with the Boots thing too. It just looked like he was like, oh, like he was selling an injury, but no, both were legit injured. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Hopefully
with
both are okay.
To try to wrap this up real quick, tied up a nice little bow.
Yeah.
This WrestleMania was incredible. This was an insane fever dream.
I loved it all. It was awesome.
There was literally only like maybe 2 things across the whole show that I did not like. 3 if you include seeing that same Sheamus commercial over and over again.
Yeah, shout out Sheamus and the Snickers commercial.
Yeah, that Snickers commercial was stupid, and I saw it between every single match.
Shout out Action Figure Miz destroying Action Figure Drew McIntyre.
See, I've seen that ad before, but that one is funny.
It was like he drove him through like...
Yeah, whatever. All right.
To recap.
All together, WrestleMania 38, 2022, day 1 and 2. Going in, thought day 1 would be the best one, and day 2 would be a slog. Both were just absolutely insane.
Yep,
and I can't believe half the things I saw.
To recap on my end, night 1, I had full expectations. I was just amazed by the whole thing, and I loved it. One of the best Manias probably since 30, I have to say. Maybe better.
I was gonna say,
maybe better.
Like again, like whether you actually, whether I got what you said wrong or not before about saying this is one of like the best Manias in some form.
It is.
I was like, let's chill out first. By the end of the second night, legitimately, like for a million reasons.
This man was gonna do homework, thinking, "Oh, it's gonna be,
Yeah, that did not happen.
I'm not gonna care about these parts."
Yeah.
He cared about it all.
Yeah,
Mark.
Well, oh wow, okay, all right. I guess you got me. I guess I'm not wrong. You're not wrong. You got me.
Let's just all agree on one thing: we all love wrestling.
Absolutely.
And it will be the end of this episode for Sports Extra Uncut.
This is a long episode.
Yeah, but definitely worth it. Thank you for
Absolutely.
sticking around, listening, checking on YouTube
Yes.
and Twitch. Make sure to follow all our social medias at WZIS-FM. Once again, thank you to Mr. Jacob Pickett For
Pleasure
next
to be here, bro.
weekend's or next week's episode, we don't know what time. Will it be at 5 or 7 or not at all? We have a couple of interviews.
It'll be Monday
station
night.
stuff.
I probably won't be there, but
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
still
If
tune
so,
in, of
tune in.
course. Yes.
Just be ready.
Yeah.
But once again, thank you, Jacob.
My pleasure, bro.
To end the show, real quick, what was your favorite thing?
Oh, my favorite thing.
Favorite thing.
Put me
One
on-
quick, hurry!
Put me on the spot. Pat McAfee should be world champ.
All right. And worst?
Worst was the New Day getting
Okay.
squashed by Rich Holland
Yep.
because I now hate that guy.
Yep. I think my favorite was definitely the Cody Rhodes
Mhm.
showing up. Excited to see what he's got to go do. And the worst, Sheamus in that commercial. Yeah. So
They're worst.
thank you, Jacob, once again.
Mhm.
For Kobe Clark and Jacob, it's been an awesome ride. See you guys next week for another edition of Sports Extra Uncut. Thank you all for tuning in.